I left the house a minute early. I'm not sure how I did it. I'm on 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Dude, oh my gosh, the energy. Oh, the energy I got today. Maybe it was the drum circle I was in last night. I had a class with a Native American. I had a class with an authentic shaman of, I forget which tradition he studied under, but he's a white guy. He's more like Celt Germanic than that. But he's in alignment. So, he's all right. He was taught by authentic people. He doesn't. His citation has nothing to do with the academic. It's definitely soul to soul. It's definitely on biospherical regenesis, and to me, that's always key number one, right? As far as I'm concerned, the yin aspect of the higher force is about biospherical regenesis, and thus the yang aspect of the higher force, its will has to always be directed towards the world of that. And those principal things, you have to discover that balance in yourself, because unless you were born hermaphroditic, you don't have that internally. It's in the psyche, and they are yet to find something in genetic code for all of their mapping the genome that they're proud of, that affirms any of the "you're born anything" situation on that level, right? It's almost like human behavior is genetically flexible, and you can outright go against it. And it's such a shadow conceived violation of the natural order of things, that no one can tell you but that you are violating that natural law. And that's why we all gotta fucking chill the fuck out. That's why we gotta chill the fuck out. We have to have a very empathetic, rational approach to anything that challenges anything. Like, it's not even people don't mind too much their belief systems being challenged, right? But they don't want to feel personally threatened or feel like you're personally threatening anybody, where it's the sense of, I want bad things to happen to you because I disagree with your behavior, right? Because the self behavior is a different situation. Tokyo Drift, that shit. Woo! Alright, so meta reflections. Okay, what what do I mean by this, right? Um, I've become more disciplinarian about looking in the mirror, right? I look in the mirror and I'm just like, shape it up here, shape it up there, right? And it's like, no, hold your posture like this. All right, don't lean your arm back that far, right? Like you have to do these things when you're doing yoga. You have to do these things when you're exercising. You have to do these things when you're practicing your qigong postures. It's important to look in the mirror because your body needs to hold those forms. You are a multi-jointed wand network. Each individual bone in your body is a wand, and so you're operating like kind of on a 10 of wands level when all your posture matters. Just like when you're casting your spell, was your finger like this or was it like this? Just like it's all running the angles, running the energy through the angles, right? Because what you're trying to achieve in the ethers doesn't connect in a straight line, and it's not even in a three-dimensional space. So you're, so this is what the magus and the shaman are dealing with their connection, right? And so, as part of the work, you're in the mirror like that, and you're gonna have your personal thoughts in your head because somebody who has transcended NPC archetype or stereotype. NPC is basically stereotype. When they go from the stereotype to the archetype, when they find enough individuation to have a functional reason why they are different, and thus their difference is acknowledged instead of rejected. I have achieved a tremendous amount of that through my 3 years at this company. And that comes from me becoming increasingly physically more capable, at the job, to be able to take on the most peculiar of like lifting tasks, right? This kind of thing. And some of my reflections have been worrying about stopping exercising for a period of time. And so I'm one of those guys that, because I had to flip on this fucking opposite of the way I lived, it was all benefit for me as Aries with the Rahu Mars just fucking gun it and just fucking go for it. Oh boy, foreigners. Please speak English. You're welcome here, but I can't tell what you're saying, and I don't want you as a platform for messages being passed that I do not understand. It's disrespectful. So please translate to English, if you will. I'm going to let that one stand for now because I've acknowledged it. And I don't know if I have a moderator, so in the chat room right now. Susie may pop up, she may not. I don't care. Slips happen all the time. We are only so bestowed to have moderators that can just pop in and help and be manageable. Or managerial, if you will. So, pranic breathing, love it. So I got this vacation coming up while I'm in a state of knowing that I've really given myself a good, strong push this month with 3 climbs up my fucking mountain, getting a little bit more cardio in than I was able to the month prior with my schedule being as tight as it was. And so I was just thinking about how much time I spend in the mirror. And I've been thinking about that a whole lot because, it's a very different thing for me to go into this place of feeling so impressed with myself. And it's just like, double checking the narcissism thing, right? Am I holding posture just because I want to, am I going to be manipulative? So do I need to be slouching just because I don't want to be too impressive? Because but like, it's just like everybody likes being liked. The difference is, are you addicted to being liked? And this is how you get turned into a narcissist, right? So it's all about being capable of practicing how ugly you can be as well as how pretty you can be, because you need to be able to get ugly to manage your limits with people. And you do that alone in the mirror, because if your world is good right now, it means there's really nobody that is invoking any kind of emotion where you just gotta go fucking werewolf, right? But if you don't have that in you, you'll have too many moments arise of fear, because your reptilian brain has nothing to latch onto in worst case scenario for the pursuits of your mind. If you have fantasies about being a noble and honorable man, and perhaps even being heroic, and you don't have anything on the base reasonability level, rationality level, to protect yourself in those situations, knowing how to at least block punches, right? If we want to be Mr. Monk, Path of Peace, how to, and you don't strike them back, and then you just wait for them to get tired because you're a kung fu fucking master, right? And you've conditioned yourself just in case you're gonna lose this fight anyway, but you're at peace because you're doing what you gotta do, right? It's the difference between the way your heart feels when somebody threatens, like, someone you love, and you want to get into a fight because you feel like the love of your life is being threatened, and so there's the male urge to protect the woman, yada, yada, yada. All of these things need to be there, and you capable of doing it. And sometimes in the world of the pussy, being merely psychic is enough. But if someone's got more charge in their wand because of the fucking physical efforts they went through, plus they exercise the psychic field, holy shit, buddy, did you fuck up? Did you fuck up? And you failed everybody, and your world is gonna crash. All right, this is why I loved Iron Jaw, because it shows you this opposite effect, where this demiurgic fucking character in the dude's life, his fucking father, he's raising these 5 fucking ubermenches These are fucking amazing. You fall in love with them fucking people, right? Who, as the film portrayed it, basically, if he got one thing right, he let his kids have their inner child. Because he knew that their inner child knew how to play, and that play was a big part of wrestling because he had to play a Nazi. That fun of when you play like the villain. And he didn't realize that he had narcissistically merged the worlds of play and real fucking family father shit, and did nothing but be the fucking manager of the company in their hearts. And so the Von Erichs didn't have that psychic field established because they weren't allowed to have those functions of the I am. They were working towards the approval of everybody, right? You know, so you're naturally supposed to fall in love with them, right? Because they're being rewarded for the level of approval of all the little choices that they're making and their execution of their choices, which is also the whole point of wrestling and the actual scale of whatever, right? And that's why wrestling has to be that way, because the fighting itself follows with what the athletic competition setup is functions for, right? And it's just between these two men, which one can fucking toss their body around the fucking best. And that's what's really fucking happening. And so it's okay to look in the mirror a lot, but you have to understand that you need to look at that mirror constructively, because if you're doing shadow work, it doesn't matter if the mirror is black or not. It's a black mirror when it's shadow work. I'll catch you later.